Well, hello there. Okay, I'm back. All right. This lesson is for violins and violas, more shifting, okay? It's a very big deal. Here we go. All right. So, going all the way back, you have to make sure that you've been moving your hand back and forth. You get a grip with your sponge or your shoulder rest that you have, and you're holding it, and then freeze your hand up and you're moving your whole hand, right? And that's the number one most important part. And you can't do it while you crush your bunny, because then you hit the body of the violin. But if you keep your wrist straight, back and forth you go. That's your move, right? Then you practiced your songs in lessons 11 and 12, and hopefully you can try to get it. And even if you're missing a little bit when you shoot up or shoot back, at least you're doing the move correctly, if you remember a most important part. So on violin, you're B to D on the A string. And then you had D to E, right? Okay, right? So you were using your 1 and your 2 instead of your 3 and your 4, right? And then on the viola, doing the same thing, just your highest string, right? So and then your D to your E. Good, okay, so you're doing all that, but again, it's all the move thing. Then you have, if you go, let me think for a second, the best way to show you. Okay, if you have D, first finger on A, then E, whole step away, not close, right? Second finger, whole step, E. Would have normally been your fourth finger, but now in third position, it's your second. D, E, what's the name of the next note up? I'll give you a hint. It goes with the alphabet. A, B, C, D, E, F. And if you play, I'll do the easy one first, violins. If you play violin, you know that if you had D and then you had E, your next note up was your F, your first finger halfway back. That one there. So on violin, it's D in third position, first finger, E second finger, and then your F is going to be right next to your E finger. So if you look, it's a whole step far apart and then a half step close. So 2 and 3 are close. That's your new note, and you can check it. You can check your E second finger with your open E. You can check your F on the A string, your third finger, with your F on the E string. You can check if you don't have a tape, okay? See? Those are your notes. And no big deal for you. If you look in the book or look in your packet, here it is. D and E and F, same notes. D, first finger. E, second finger extended, whole step, far apart, whole step. F, third finger, close. That's what the little this triangle means, close. That's a half step. So far, far, close. That's what I just showed you, this pattern, okay? No big deal for violins, but for violas, you haven't. It's a new note. You're up high now. You're playing where the violins play. So you got your D, you got your E, and then you're going to put your F, new note, right next to it, just like I did on the violin, but on your A string, which is all the highest string, right? Looks like that. Can you see my fingers? That's it. And for you, it's also D and E and F, but there you go. This is lesson 12. There's your D, you already knew, but now the 1. There's your E, second finger. That's the E you used to do 4. You can do a 2. And then you are now up so high you need the third ledger line for F. And those two are the ones that are close. And I forgot to write it down. So these, 1, 2, 3. First, second finger far apart, third finger close. Boop, that pattern. Okay, and there's your F. And it's a brand new note, violas. Check it out, you're so high. Okay, so that's how you play it. Then, if you look at number 1, I'm going to do it on the viola page because they're the ones, it's the viola players harder. Okay, so E, you're in third the whole time. It's all E's and F's. Second finger E, third finger F, E, F, and then triplets, E and F and E. The rhythm is not hard. None of it's hard. You just have to get used to your new note, violas. And violins sounds the same, just not a new note, just your new fingering, okay? So here we go. Here's number 1. Check out my fingers. I'm going to stand really close so you can see my fingers, okay? Here we go. Number 1. 1, 2, E first, go. Okay, I'm actually going to leave my hand in third position. See, I'm not moving because I'm going to play number 2. It's still all in third, so this way if I just leave my hand here, I don't have to figure it out. It's the low note for everyone is an open A, so you just pick up your fingers and play open A, but you don't move your hand back because the rest of it's in third position. So it'll be, look, D, 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 with first finger, third position, open A, E, 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 second finger, open A, don't move your hand, then F, 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 E, 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 D, 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 D. So it's all E, F, and D, or D, E, and F, and then just don't move your hand and just don't lose your spot, okay? So here is number 2. And if you need to write some fingerings, then you can, remember, okay? So here we go. 1 E and, 2 E and. Okay, so just get used to it. And I just noticed that the tiptoeing ghost from the beginning of book 1. This is an aside. D, E, F, E, same notes. 1, 2, 3, 2. So there you go. You can play tiptoeing ghost in third position. I'm cracking myself up today. Okay, so then that brings us to the song of the week, which is Orally. There's a couple of new things in here. Andante is a slow tempo, so andantino is slower than moderato, but faster than andante, so it's in between, okay? So andantino. Diminuendo is the same thing as decrescendo, which is get softer. So dim, which makes sense, dim the lights, get lower, okay? So diminuendo, same thing as decrescendo, so get softer, okay? All right, so then orally, here you go. You do the whole first line. First of all, there's no sharps. The rhythms are easy and the slurs are easy, and it's not that fast. It's only andantino. You play the first part all in first position. Don't think too hard, it's easy. Then you play the second line. You've got to use your fourth finger for the E. Fourth finger for the E. Don't play open E violins. And then it's all da-da-da-da-da. And then when you get to here, see the shift sign for the next line, it's coming. You play this E with fourth finger. During this rest, you shift up and your next note is also E, but you play it with second finger. So you're replacing your fourth finger E with your second finger. E, E, 2, 2, 3, 2, 1, right? F, E, D in third position. Then you have open A, and while you're playing the open A, you're shifting back because then you're going to replace your first finger on the D with your third finger in first position on the D, and then you're back to first position, and don't play open E again. Use fourth finger. And I marked the naturals because that's actually one of the hardest parts. So I wrote all the fingerings in, okay? So if you want, see, I'm going to hold this up, freeze your video for a second right here, and just copy the fingerings down, okay, if you want to, because it makes it much, much easier, all right? Okay, so I'll do this one on violin just to be fair. Okay. All right. There's a repeat at the end of the first line, which I will not take. Okay. All right, here we go. So nice and slow. Check out, watch my move, okay? 1, 2, ready, go. Don't shift. Fourth finger. Shift, replace. 3, 2, 1, shift. Don't shift. There you go, that's how it goes, okay? Honestly, I find it hard now that if you sort of are getting the shifting, you'll find it hard to remember not to shift. So sometimes you might want to write down the places, other fingerings to remind yourself that this is the fingering you want to do here. That's what the pencil is going to be for now, is writing the way you want to play things that make it easier for you. Okay? All right. Once more on viola, just so you can check it out. Okay? Here it is again. This time I won't say the shifts. Okay? Alrighty? Okay, so that is that lesson, number 12. Next week, I will go and do number 13 because that one's actually pretty easy because it uses more of the same. There's no big move. But again, please try to practice your shifting, even if it's boring, and do it on different strings. Just try it on different strings. I'm just messing now, but just try anything you want because it counts and it will help you learn how to shift better. Okay? All right, let me know if you have any questions. All right, you guys. See you soon. Bye.